Yeah, we back episode 15, Tone and Jay Sports Talk Show, the podcast of expertise in certain areas. Uh, you know, we definitely want to chime in on the NFL season now that it started, but also some NBA talks. And then there's plenty to talk in both of those categories. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. We just got out of week one,
hmm
and there are some rookies out there that are really making some headway and turning heads, contributing to their ball clubs, and not really performing like rookies.
Every year it's like that. It's going to be a couple.
Yeah, and there's specific positions where you can actually, if they're that talented, you can get guys to just plug in and play.
Oh yeah, that's actually what all GMs and head coaches are swinging for when they go into the draft. You want somebody that you can plug in right away and contribute. Worst
Yeah,
case scenario on special teams.
right. And that definitely is still a help.
Yep.
Um, just looking at the positions and how they break down, out of the top 10, you got three linebackers, two offensive linemen, an edge rusher, really two edge rushers if you want to count one of the backers edge rusher too.
Yeah.
But then you got two cornerbacks, a tight end,
Yep.
and a receiver. Usually the receiver and running back positions are the ones where you can get guys that talented to just come plug in and play.
hmm
But what I'm seeing out of this year, we're getting more guys that are on the defensive side or in the trenches that are producing at high levels right away.
hmm
And all these guys contributed to team success outside of maybe a few. So I'd like to go in reverse order. They give, like, this is according to Pro Football Focus. It is a relatively credible source,
Oh yeah.
but we can certainly have some arguments here. They got Jacob Parrish, who is a cornerback for Tampa Bay, listed as number 10 out of Kansas State. Um, he'd rated in the 75 to 80 percentile. But he was key in helping stopping the run and covering um, the receivers for Atlanta. No receiver really got off there.
Yeah, he had a couple key stops. If I'm not mistaken, they're using him more as a nickel. So that's why he had a key stop on Bijan coming
Yeah,
out the backfield. But yeah, I liked him at Kansas State. The dude can run, um, but clearly he has his technique down because they're throwing him out there in the fire as a rookie.
yeah, and
And-
and that coach, I don't know why I want to call him Ray Rhodes, but it's Todd
Todd Bowles,
Todd Bowles.
it
He
kind of
has
rhymes.
right. He has a track record with
Oh yeah, with the
defensive
defensive
players.
guys. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's
But
what got him hired.
in particular, improving DB play.
Oh yeah. And I mean, he's been known, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, he's not really a position group guy. I mean, his entire defense, D line, linebacker, DBs improved. You listen to him. What I'm probably most upset with this rookie list is Buffalo took their first round pick with a corner, and we got nothing out of him because he injured his knee.
Oh, yeah.
But just like a couple years prior with Kyrie Elam, we took a kid out of Virginia Tech strong in the fourth or fifth round, and that kid ended up playing. So hopefully we didn't make the same mistake twice and Harrison pans out. But I see all these DBs on the list right now, and it's like, oh man, we
Yeah,
passed up on some talent, especially at the top with Will Johnson because of his injury history. But the kid can play.
right. Will Campbell comes in at number 9.
hmm
He's probably a guy that we'll hear from all year. I doubt he'll be outside of the top 10. He's an elite offensive tackle.
hmm
He's the fifth pick in the draft,
Yep.
and I think he is the highest rated offensive lineman, not only this year but in a few past years. I think he's got all that experience. Came out of Alabama, right?
LSU.
LSU.
And I like this kid out of LSU. I watched him play against USC. He was one of them 5-star kids who ended up panning out. From the moment he stepped on the field, he took over at pretty much right tackle. I want to say he played some left tackle too for LSU. He wasn't just a one trick pony. He can play him across the line, or both sides, I should say. But yeah, and he's a big kid. He's almost 6'7". He's huge.
Wow. And he's
So
probably
they didn't miss on that one at all. I knew
Mhm.
he was a plug and play kid.
I mean, just about 80% in his overall grade. His
Hmm.
pass blocking can probably improve because he's not
As all rookies,
right. He's not the greatest of athletes on his feet, but
but he's long, and
right.
remember, but he is agile. He had a pretty good 20-yard split, so he is
Mhm.
agile. But yeah, you're going against some athletic ex basketball playing DN, so
Right.
yeah.
He got a little bit of the Raiders' best defensive player right away, um, Crosby, and Crosby didn't hear much from him, so he did a pretty solid job. Didn't you have your guy? This is a tough one to say. Uh, if you want to do that, go for it and come right back. Titoria? Is that how you say it? Tetoria? Titerioya McMillan from the Carolina Panthers. He rated at a 79% um, in week one. And he got 5 of 8 targets for 68 yards. He's been an explosive player in the preseason. So he's somebody that I see, improving throughout the year. McMillan is somebody that he's got a deficient quarterback, dare I say, throwing him the football. Bryce Young, I think the jury's still out on him. He's never really been um, a quality quarterback that's going to deliver the football and get it to his receivers like some of the other pro quarterbacks, in my opinion. So McMillan's going to struggle here and there, primarily because the quarterback throwing him the ball has some deficiencies. But overall, I mean, he's a pretty high grade, and you probably have a better pronunciation on his first name, McMillan. I probably ruined his name,
Tatoria McMillan.
Titoria. That's
And I
probably
know your favorite QB, the one you love, Mr. Young.
yeah.
But I mean, this kid is a big target, 6'5". He could run. He was an All-American volleyball player. Huge catch radius. That's kind of what he is a go up and get him type. So as long as Bryce can find that lane to get the ball out to him, he'll make something happen.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely going to win one-on-ones, and he's got a big play threat to him. So
I have a bigger concern with Canales as the coach, to be honest. that's
right.
that's my issue, and the same with how he's using Bryce Young. I mean, so we'll see because he has some weapons around him. McMillan, you got Hubbard in the backfield. Um,
I'm a
I
little
forget on the
confused.
other side.
It's like Adam Thielen can't mean that much.
Oh, Thielen's gone.
I know. That's my
Oh
point.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
and so why does that offense look that bad? And the only thing different to me was Thielen's not in the lineup anymore.
Oh well, that old line is still suspect.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I don't know how, especially nowadays. It's not just about weaponry, especially if you don't have a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson type of quarterback. I mean, Young can move, but he's not physically blessed like they are. So with
Right.
those type of quarterbacks, you gotta get him a lineman or two. You got to
Uh-huh.
get one as a rookie, and you got to bring someone in as a free agent so that you can surround him with some protection.
Exactly. Because he's
So
He's not going to be able to do it most of that himself. There's a lot.
No, he's not that type of guy. He's what we call a game manager. And like we said before, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, even though today's game is about the athletic quarterback,
Yeah.
but he's a game manager. So just like a Drew Brees or any of those guys, go back in the day, Garcia, you got to put something
Yeah.
around him.
Hmm. Rich
Line
Gannon.
wise. You're Rich Gannon. You need
Yeah.
an O line. You
Mhm.
definitely need somebody to stop that A gap penetration because he's undersized. So you got to keep his lane clear.
Right.
So, and that's where I think Carolina is almost weakest is in the interior.
Hmm. They definitely have some work to do. I will never pick them to win a game again. But
Well, I don't know if they play Miami. I think I would go with them over Miami. Let's go
well,
there.
Miami is a whole different
You
conversation.
you hear all of the rhetoric coming out about them. They mimic what we said. They look like trash. They were terrible.
I've been low on Tua for years, but
Yeah,
dang.
yeah, these other things.
I didn't
But it's
think
the
he was.
whole organization. It ain't just Tua. Everything looked bad with them. There was nothing on either
Well,
side of the ball that looked professional.
well, we played football at a high level, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
if you're looking at your head coach and you look at your head coach and you know inside you're not really saying this outwardly, but you look at him, you know he never played no football at a high level.
So in that case, I want you to at least be high energy, a fiery dude. You know what
Thank
I mean? But he doesn't come off fiery. I don't even know as a college coach if he will fire me up.
right.
So I don't know what his pregame speeches is like. I've never seen the man other than what I see on TV, but it just does not seem even when things were kind of rolling for them offensively, there still was no fire from him. So
Yeah.
that's not sustainable when you play in the 18-week season. It gets drug out fast.
And you really need to light a fire into your
You
quarter.
have to.
Hmm.
Yeah, you have to. Somebody on the staff has to be high energy on both sides of the staff. Defense, you need a high energy guy. Offense, whether it's the O line coach, it's somebody who's always fired up, and you need that.
Hmm. So number 7 was Abdul Carter. I think that just kind of threw him in, even though,
He had a sack.
he had a sack and he, he's got a pretty decent pass rush win rate, and he was playing Laramie Tunsil. So there's that. If you,
That.
yeah,
Yep.
you
Yeah.
put into some perspective, and he's also
Yeah.
playing
Uh,
Jaden Daniels, who's
yes.
probably as hard to sack as anybody.
Exactly. Tunsil's $100 million lineman for a reason. The dude
Mhm.
can play. And not only that, typically with rookie D ends, it's always a learning curve with playing the run. They
Yeah.
can get at, especially the ones who have the repertoire of getting after the quarterback. Usually struggle a little bit with the run. So that's all I feel like he got to learn on.
Hmm.
But athletically, you trust him. You put him out there for Jaden Daniels and Lamar and Josh and all them. So they just hoping for him turning into a Micah Parsons. Everybody from
Right.
Penn State is a Micah Parsons, but we'll see.
Right. He's one of those guys, I think, though, that's probably going to end up starting by midseason.
Oh yeah, for sure,
I
without
don't
a doubt.
I don't see, Kayvon Thibodeau as a better player than him, at least not throughout the course of the season. He's got
I
to
mean,
get.
I like Kayvon. Kayvon has quietly done this thing. I mean, out of the DNs, once again going back to Buffalo that we drafted, I'll even take him over kind of Rousseau. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he's done his job. I mean, you just can't pass up another good rush in. So,
Yeah.
especially if you got both of them on rookie contracts, worst case scenario, you got some trade bait.
And to the Giants' credit, Abdul Carter did help contribute
Yeah.
keeping the Commanders down in terms of the
Mm-hmm.
score. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just their offense was terrible.
Terrible.
Um,
Dart will be starting midway through the season too.
yeah, because Russell Wilson is done.
I hate it. I hate that because he's always been one of my favorite players. I always liked him, and he is having a Hall of Fame career. But it's time. He's just overplayed it.
Yeah. Jihad Campbell, baby.
That's your team right there.
Yes,
I tell you, you ain't messing with him. Oh, that kid is a beast.
that was when he was still there. It's like
Mm-hmm.
that's a no-brainer. You have to. and he was a position of need.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles still have, I'm never going to buy into Reed Blankenship, but Jahad Campbell did help cover some of that deep range in the middle of the field and helped big time stepping up covering the run game from that position, which is something we need a thumper.
Yeah, and that's what's stupid with that. Like I never understood that. Every year they try to. Well, I can't say it's the same. It's different positions. It's usually the running back position and thumper linebackers that they try to devalue. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They was trying to say because he's a thumper. I'm like, this kid is 6'4", 250, and I think he ran like a 4.6 or something like that. The film matches up with what his numbers are.
Yeah.
So right now, Buffalo need a Jahai Campbell in the middle. We need that. He can take
Yeah.
on linemen and stymie them in the hole as opposed to running backs getting a 5 yard head start. So no, Jahai Campbell is a beast. I liked him at Alabama.
Yeah, because Bernard, he ends up finding himself disappearing underneath the linemen when they
And
come.
that's where you wish you had a Roquan Smith or a Jahai Campbell, one of them thumpers or slobber knockers. You know what I'm saying? Especially bonus. Most of these cats can cover.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, you don't gotta. They're not just two down linebackers. You pull them out on third down. You can actually disguise and keep them out there and let them cover.
This next guy, he was very impressive, even though there wasn't much said about him. And you have to say that because Cincinnati's defense was so much more improved, and Shamar Stewart had a lot to do with that. Um, they had the other guy, Hendrickson, on the other end. He was doing his thing, but Shamar Stewart's grade was only like 2% under that.
Mm-hmm.
And, for a rookie to get off like that in a team that definitely needs defensive standouts,
Mm-hmm.
he was impressive, man. You know,
I was iffy on him coming out of Texas A&M. He was one of them guys that didn't have great sack numbers. He had tackles, and he was a 5-star kid coming out of high school. And when he got to Texas A&M, he played immediately. But he was always one of those 4 or 5 sack type of guys. I think that was the most he's ever had in a year. So,
yeah,
but athletically and physically, I think he ran low 4.6 or touch 4 or 5.9 or something like that. He's physically gifted. So he did pan out, and he also had a little bit of negative coming into the NFL with that holdout of his contract. He was the last one,
yeah,
so he took a lot of flack for that too. But at least he backed it up with his play
yeah. He produced it right away, which is
right away,
uh,
and that's what you want. Once again, another DN. We need to find that Buffalo. Oh, and for our fans, you're gonna hear us mention Buffalo and Philly a lot. If you haven't figured it out, I am a huge Buffalo Bills fan. My man Tone is a huge Eagle fan. Just so y'all know, that's why we go there all the time.
and it's been that way.
And it's gonna stay that way.
I mean, shoot, we met each other what 20 years ago now,
yeah.
and
Nothing's
so
gonna change
that's been that way 20 years before that even.
before that
So
even started.
yeah,
Exactly. It's not till I'm out. It's
right.
what it is.
For you, it's been since Thermal,
Mm-hmm.
and
Before then.
for me, it's been since Randall.
Mm-hmm. And
So
we could tell you about players y'all wouldn't even remember.
exactly. Well,
But yeah,
Jay,
back to it.
you mentioned the Jets,
Mm-hmm.
and this tackle, Armand Membu, bruh, he I don't even know if TJ Watt was out there.
Yeah. Now that you said that, that's funny you mentioned that. I didn't even think about that.
Like
Yeah.
that is enough to say for how well he played alone. And when
Yeah.
I looked at some of the film there, and it was like I seen TJ Watt getting pancaked.
Yo, Membu's feet is amazing, and the kid got length. I mean, I think his wingspan is close to 7 feet or something like that. So you talk about a wall that can move. You know what I mean? I mean, even for the great T.J. Watt, but I know the Jets is like, yes, we finally hit. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because that was a big reason why Fields got off was because who was really, and if somebody did get around him, he could take off. But he really was kind of clean the whole time.
He really was. And
But
that
for a New York Jets online, you expected him to have a lot more in his face.
Right.
But they didn't miss with that kid.
I mean, I see him as staying in the top 10 all year too, because
Oh yeah,
the Jets are impressive, man.
it, it blew me away. I mean, it blew me away because they looked disastrous with Aaron Rodgers and the Devontae thing. It didn't work at all.
At
You
all.
know, even Garrett Wilson was even unhappy and talking mess, and it was too early in his career for that to be happening.
Hmm.
But he happy now. He got his quarterback from college. He got linemen that's protecting, and they're competitive, man.
And he was doing his thing a little bit
He
against Jalen Ramsey.
I mean, they got the connection. They've been playing since college, and they won a natty in
Yeah.
college, so they know each other. Put a lot of extra hours in. You know what I mean? And Jalen Ramsey is, he's still a beast, but he ain't Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey. I'm not trying to take nothing away from Garrett
Yeah.
Wilson having a good game, but Garrett Wilson is a beast within himself.
Hmm. So number three, top three now. Number three, this guy was under the radar,
Mm-hmm.
Carson Swessinger. So Cleveland's defense,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Another surprise.
you do have to give a lot of credit to Myles Garrett. I mean, the guy had 3 sacks in one series.
Man, that's what you want as a DN. That's what you pay $200 million for. You don't
Right.
give $100 to Von Miller at the end of his career, Buffalo. Another reference. You
Yeah.
pay money for that right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what you
Exactly.
want.
Right. And a guy like Schlesinger was taking advantage of those guys doing
Oh
work
yeah,
in that
keeping
first
that
level.
keeping them clean. They kept all linemen off of him. They were too busy focused on Garrett.
I mean, he was covering tight ends. He was shutting down Chase Brown.
Dude ran 4.55. I
Right.
watched him on at the combine, but I
Okay.
knew about him from UCLA, and then he a great story. He was a walk on. He wasn't no. He earned every rep that he's getting.
Right.
Literally
That is impressive. And then
impressive.
being a walk-on in college to grading 90% in
To
your first
becoming a second round draft pick and then
right,
performing too, yeah.
like that in your first game, that's impressive.
And
Uh,
that's gonna happen a lot more, man, with this NIL stuff. Kids are more exposed to football. It's a lot more kids ready, and
yeah.
everybody matures differently. Some
I
dudes
mean,
don't mature to the end of their college days.
these kids got pro trainers.
Pro, exactly. Weight
You know,
room,
they're on pro diets. They have a chef.
nutrition.
They
Yep,
have
exactly.
all
All
that
that
well before they're drafted.
well before.
So
Yep,
by the they
yep.
know they even know how to recover the body and everything. So
And
this
I mean, we got that in school, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I was at Central Connecticut. I mean, they had it tight. But now that these kids are literally employees that are
right,
collecting good money, so these
yeah,
NIL, these programs, they're making sure they're running it like pro teams. That's what North Carolina is hoping out of Belichick. It didn't pan out so far, but that's what they're hoping for.
right. Will Johnson. I think he
Well,
might be the most
reference.
he might be the most impressive rookie. Um,
He already was that. The problem with him was his straight line speed. And the fact that he didn't run the 40 at the combine, it kind of hurt him. But he was one of them kids, once again, 5-star kid out of high school. Soon as he stepped foot in spring ball at Michigan, he was the starter. He just, and his film, I mean, he had like 4 interceptions, 5 interceptions every year. So it all matched. So
right.
he got a little dinged up the last year. But the fact that if he would have ran the 40, it wouldn't even have been no talk. He would at least been at the end of the first round. So that's what hurt him.
Because he got out of the first round, didn't he? He was
Yeah, I wanted Buffalo to do it. I was like, yo, this kid, and he Michigan. Y'all watched him play, so you know.
thank
Like,
you.
but man, they didn't do it. That
90%
4-2
Bray. He was shutting down receivers in camp. Like they were raving about him in camp.
Raven, but he did the same thing in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm. I mean, damn, the guy gave up less touchdowns, or he had more interceptions than he gave up touchdowns.
Then touchdowns. And think about it, he going against Ohio State, which is receiver U now.
Dude,
All the
yes.
receivers come out of there as first round guys, and he holding them down. He played
Mhm.
against Marvin Harrison Jr. and
And Puka,
Emeka Buka.
yep.
Exactly. He
Mhm.
went up against all of them, and you gonna pass up on that? He already getting pro receivers in college.
Right.
I just don't understand. I didn't understand it, but yeah,
Last but not least, Tyler Warren. Um,
it wasn't no secret with him.
there, I would not be shocked. if he's a Pro Bowler.
Oh, for sure. In his first year. Because who else? I mean, yes, the Colts have Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor. But when you got an iffy quarterback, what's an iffy quarterback's best friend? A
Mhm.
great tight end. I could just
Yeah.
dump the ball off to you and you can make me look like a star. Because
Right. I mean,
Warren is Brock Bowerish. The kid can run after the catch.
there you go. He's getting yak.
Yak.
He's not dropping the ball.
No.
He's a versatile player.
And he's
So,
huge.
I mean, if you really wanted him to, he can come down there and take a snap out of
Oh,
out
he's
of
a former
motion.
quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a former quarterback, so he could run Wildcat. He killed SC doing that. When they played
Reverse.
SC and he
Right.
had 200 yards receiving, they were putting him in a Wildcat position. And he was everywhere. He lined him out wide like
He
he
was
was an
killing.
X, killing. I was like, oh, this kid right here.
He's a pro already.
Already, when you lining a tight end up out of X, you put him in the slot, you put him at Wildcat. Okay, you're a
H
draft
back.
pick. H back,
You know.
and he on special teams.
Right. And
You
then
cover all the boxes.
you can run trick plays with him.
They
Reverse.
once again, SC did that. Ran a trick play, or when they played SC, they made it look like they was gonna punt. Lined all the linemen up out wide, gave him the snap, or he took the snap, went like 50 yards, something crazy.
So, I mean, yes, they're playing the Dolphins. So,
He's
so there's that.
still the
But
real deal, though.
I mean, damn, like I did not see, he was a part of a team and an offense with Daniel Jones quarterbacking
Yes,
that didn't punt.
let's be real. Penn State's offense, all of James Franklin's tenure has been what's holding them back. It's been lethargic. It's not creative. I don't know why he can't find an offensive coordinator that's any good. Like I said, Drew Allard, the quarterback, is supposed to be a projected first round pick, but his numbers never pop off the screen. But with Tyler Warren was there, he got off.
Got off.
So he's already used to playing with mediocre. I mean, I like Drew Allard, he got it, but when you haven't been developed right, look at Christian Hackenberg, the same school.
Right.
So yeah, where is
And
he at?
like a Penn State quarterback, I don't know if I'm testing the waters on that.
The last one I remember, and I went to the games that turned out okay, was Mr. Kerry Collins.
There he is.
Other than that, I cannot name you I mean, now one is transferred and went to Missouri, and he's balling out. Bo Perbula, I'm butchering his name, but that
Yeah.
kid balled. He might end up on if he can run. The kid can play.
Yeah. So that's the rookies now. Let's see
Mm-hmm.
which of those 10, week to week, who stays in the top 10, what grades rate out, what do we see in the games, how are they contributing to winning, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. All that good stuff.
The second topic we want to jump on is just a reaction from the first week. Uh, we happen to know as former football players that you can't overreact too much to 1 week. However,
I'm glad you put that word in there because we're on the same page. Go ahead.
however, there are teams like the Saints, the Dolphins, um, the Panthers,
Carolina for sure.
the Browns,
Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah, I
Uh,
do feel positive that they'll get their stuff turned
they
around.
have the athletes.
However, though, they are in a tough division, man. And if you think it's getting any easier,
Uh-uh.
Chicago, you just played probably the one team,
Yes.
the one team in the
Yes.
division that you are as talented as and should have been able to beat.
Mm-hmm. They started off like gangbusters. They looked good in the beginning. But once again, the NFL is all about adjustments. And if you don't make them, it's going to turn out the way it did.
I was so proud of how the Vikings won that game because
Mm-hmm.
the defensive coordinator took the game over.
And I was actually proud, and he was getting a lot of flack,
Beef
but
up.
JJ McCarthy showed something too.
Yeah, he did.
He this pretty much is his rookie season. He hasn't played his rookie season. He got hurt.
Hmm.
So and he was dealing with a defense that was kind of flying around at first, but he figured it out
Yeah. I mean, 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
in the fourth quarter. That's
That's
when you
impressive.
want. Yes, that's what gets my attention for a quarterback. You didn't
But it,
buckle.
but it was the Vikings defense that really won.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they
Which was like that
allowed,
last year. That was like that
yeah.
last year. Mm-hmm.
And so, Brian Johnson, Ben Johnson gets all this love.
Yes.
He's the boy wonder, this and that. But guess what, man? Ben Johnson got out coached by Brian Flores.
And Flores does that a lot because that defense was
Period.
stymied. I mean,
Right.
the dude is going. His team is going to be prepared,
Hmm.
especially on the defensive side. He ain't got to focus on the offensive side right now. So
And
you
I
know that
actually,
defense going to be ready.
right. I actually did pick the Vikings.
Yeah,
Um, I did pick the Ravens, even though I'm not shocked at all that the Bills won that game.
that's going to always be what we call a slobber knocker. And even though it was 40 points scored for both teams, it was still physical. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Anything with Derrick Henry involved is physical.
Yeah.
So,
Period.
period. But you got this is what you build your team to be as a GM, or is what you hope for as a head coach, is for your teams to be one of them two, Ravens or Buffalo. I mean, and our defense in the secondary and in the linebacking core is very suspect.
Yeah.
But once again, Sean McDermott, man, them great coaches, just like Harbaugh on the other side.
Hmm. And you can't say enough about Josh Allen, man.
Man,
What he did to win that game.
man.
Just there's probably less than 3 people in NFL history that would have won that game like that.
Yeah, come on, man. We down 40-25 to Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
Baltimore's defense. That defense was nasty, is nasty
And they had already given up like 250 yards rushing at the time.
at the time. It looked over. Like I said, people was leaving the stadium. They did the same
Right.
thing back in the day when Tennessee had us down 35-3. Can't give up on Buffalo.
They can't do it.
Can't do it. And you can't give up on Lamar in Baltimore either. Like, that they're the same, can do the same thing.
I was feeling froggy with picking the Texans over the Rams. Uh,
Oh, excuse me. Yeah,
you
that's
know,
funny.
as much as I want to give, because I love the coach for the
Yeah,
Texans.
D'Amico Ryans.
I
Yep.
really
Yep.
like Stroud.
I
Stroud's
do
really
too.
solid, but damn, can we get some protection?
I was gonna say, man, I didn't understand that move. You get Stroud. Stroud proves itself to you. You found some receivers that you weren't expecting to turn into what they did, but then you trade Laramie Tunsil to the
Yeah,
Redskins. Why?
yeah.
Like, think about it. Drake May got a left tackle as a young guy. Jaden Daniels, Washington said, "Oh, we'll take Larry Tunsil because that's what we need for our young quarterback." Y'all give him away. Like, I didn't understand that at all.
Well, that and you're coming off a season where the guy took 55 sacks.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yes.
mean, the only one sacked more than him was Caleb Williams.
It's Williams, and that's the
So,
quickest way to ruin your first round quarterback is when they punch drunk.
I mean, I'm looking at Stroud on the bench on the sideline in the fourth quarter.
Oh, he was dejected.
I mean, damn, he don't have to say anything.
No, his body
It
language say it all.
says it all.
I
Like,
mean, when you
man,
got 300-pound dudes just taking shots at you left and right, I don't care how you're gonna get frustrated, man.
right,
Especially by the fourth quarter. And you don't want to show your lineman a bad teammate. But then this is pros. If y'all messing up, like all great
yeah,
quarterbacks do, I'm gonna put you in your place. Like, yo, y'all gotta clean this up.
right.
Like right
This is
now.
your job is to do this for
It's
me.
to protect me.
I'm not
Yeah.
doing that.
And y'all not opening up no holes in the run game like that. So y'all not doing y'all job in total. Like your whole game sucks.
Right. I must have been inebriated or something when I picked the Giants as my upset pick. I mean, over the Commanders, I have to go with one that's probably not likely. And I figure for whatever reason, Scattaboo and Tracy, along with the Giants' defensive line, we're going to end up controlling the game. But when you have Jaden Daniels, he's
Yes.
he's going to overcome stuff like that. And then for what I was shocked with was how well, I don't know if it was how good the Commanders' defense was.
Their defense is good. Look at last year. Yeah, it was not a secret. They put a lot of
or
money into that D line.
or was it that the Giants were that putrid offensively?
It could be a combination of, well, it's definitely a combination of both. Washington's defense is actually pretty good, and
Yeah,
yeah, and they paid some money to some free agents, brought some guys in. They hit on some draft picks
yeah,
defensively. Yeah, so they're there. Um, the Giants, that old line, I still think they need somebody in the middle.
yeah.
Yeah, because Tracy averaged 2 yards a carry. I mean, dude's explosive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But 10
This guy,
carries, 24 yards. And so we can't run the ball. And then the defense isn't respecting Russell's arm. So you got 8-man boxes, man.
yeah. And they're going one on one because they know he can't accurately take
Get
advantage
it out downfield.
of neighbors on the
So
outside.
that relegates neighbors right there. Yeah, you just got to try to get the ball to neighbors quickly and hope he can make something happen. So you just play zone, keep everything underneath you. You know, Russell ain't really. He tried to go downfield a couple times, but it was so erratic. He just doesn't have it no more like that.
Jacksonville pulled the win out, and for whatever reason, I did pick Carolina to win that as an upset too. But Carolina just, I don't know if it seemed like they didn't even have a valid offseason because the Jaguars aren't world beaters, man. And I know you're on the road, but damn, 10 points to the Jaguars? That's not going to get it done. I don't see them winning a game. If I was like, if they're going to be any good this year, they have to win this game because Jacksonville is not good.
I mean, both situations to me is. I mean, I know. I think Jacksonville just got but they got a new coach, right?
Yeah,
Or that's the same.
Duval.
Duval, but that the coaching, man, because they everything looked the same, and that's the first thing I looked for earlier in the season. Did you learn from how you ended the season before? And Miami regressed. Jacksonville and Carolina looked exactly the same.
Same.
So that would concern me if I'm an
Right.
owner immediately. And I mean, if I'm an owner, that I already know that. So I'm making moves that's going to actually help. So you get what you
Jack,
pay for.
Jacksonville kind of tripping too because if it was me, I'm starting Hunter at corner. And he
I'm letting him do his thing. He used to playing and doing both sides. It ain't up to me. I'll let him tell me when I need to come out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna hold the kid back. This is what he does.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a generational talent. So play him. I can see why they want to put him at offense because they want something to create. But y'all got a little bigger problems than just throwing him on offense. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got bigger issues than that.
I
And
mean,
why did they trade Tank Bigsby?
that didn't make a lot of sense to me either.
You guys are happy because he's a hell of a back. You know what I mean?
I
So
mean, it's a little bit of an embarrassment of riches because it's like, how is this?
yeah,
Where is this guy going to get the carries, man? We got
I,
AJ Dillon too.
you got Dylan, and then Shipley took a little rib injury. I got him in fantasy. I mean, he on the bench, but I had to drop him because it's like Bigsby
Yeah,
is coming in. Bigsby's gonna run.
yeah,
AJ Dillon did a little something, so it's like I mean, it's one of those situations. Philly was just like, you can't pass him up because as far as the run game last year, Tank Bigsby did everything. He held them up when
yeah,
Etienne got hurt. So
right.
I didn't understand that one.
Not at all. Um, the Bengals squeezing by the Browns. I called the Bengals, but I don't think Burrow ever has good games against Miles Garrett. He just doesn't.
Hey, listen, you see, you got a 6'6" dog on there, 300-pound man that run a 4'5", 4'6". You
He
be
is
scared too. It'll mess
right,
your, it's hard to concentrate downfield when you know he bearing down on the back of you.
right. I
Because he
did
hit
pick
him, he got him 3 times, but how many times did he actually hit him?
and the pressures and the hurries too.
In
I
the
mean,
hurries, man.
I did pick the Raiders. I didn't think the Patriots were ready yet, and that proved to be true.
That
Bowers got
still was a good game, though.
it was, but I
Yeah.
give kudos to Gino, man. He had 360 yards. You know,
That's why they brought him in. Gino, he's one of them guys who matured late.
it's like right away you're gonna throw a Raider record for a
Yeah.
for an opener in the season.
Yeah. But
That's
they got
impressive.
that. You got Pete Carroll got that kind of trust in him. He showed him at Seattle. So
Mhm.
Carroll ain't no dummy. He's like, okay, I'm taking over this new job. Quarterback play is terrible. Let me go on and get Geno in here with me.
As far as my team goes, I'm never going to pick against them, but yeah, especially against the Cowboys. But the Cowboys should have won that game, if I'm being real. I mean, CD Lamb drops a touchdown on a post, and
Couple.
then a crucial third down. It's a tough catch, but if he makes that diving catch, we would have
Yeah,
lost.
that
We would have
changes.
lost with that too. So the
But
Eagles have some work.
defensively, I would worry about the Cowboys because they can't stop Saquon. And if y'all not gonna get no, and now that Jalen Hurts seemed to have figured it out, things look really slow for him. Like it's slowed way down. And he
Way down.
kind of had that Josh Allen feel to him. Like he everything you tried to throw at him, he knew his check downs, he knew when to take off, he knew when to get on the ground.
Hmm.
So Dallas had no pass rush. So
Right. He had all
yeah,
the answers. All the answers.
he had all the answers. And that happens when you got that kind of a running game.
John Harbaugh now 6-0 in home openers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that team just took it to the Chiefs. Uh,
Yep.
the Chiefs are still a little bit of a hangover from that beatdown in the Super Bowl, obviously. And so I see them, I don't think I'll pick them to beat us next week, but if they did, I wouldn't be shocked.
The Chargers?
The Chiefs beating the Eagles
Oh yeah. I
because
mean,
coming
it's
up
always with the Chiefs. Anybody, Chiefs can get anybody. It's just
right,
how they come out.
especially coming off a loss.
Yeah, and they motivated after coming off a loss, and Mahomes is uber competitive. You know he hungry.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Um, Kyler Murray got him a W.
Mm-hmm.
I like Kyler Murray, but I still worry about his injury prone tendencies.
I mean, he's a small guy,
Yeah.
but he seemed to have learned. I watched a little bit of that game. He scrambled. He wasn't trying to do nothing amazing. He took what was there, got rid of the ball, threw it out of bounds, slid when needed. So he can move. So long as he figured out that part, then I think he'll be all right.
The Saints is probably going nowhere fast.
Man.
They're in
Well,
trouble.
they're another team. They look the same. They actually looking like they're just setting up for the number one. Well, no, never mind. Miami is that team, but the Saints don't look much better. I know Kamara probably trying to like, man, let me get out of here.
Get out of there, man. Uh,
You'll be.
even though they're going to probably beat the Niners this weekend.
Why is that? Just because
But
McCaffrey is iffy?
McCaffrey's banged up. No Brock Purdy.
Oh yeah, Purdy's out too.
No George Kittle.
They still got Garendo, who held it down last year when McCaffrey went out, and they got another back. I just drew a blank, and they got that O line. So as long as you got an O line and some kind of a run game, they got a chance. And their
Yeah,
defense is pretty good still too, 49ers. So
that's true. Yeah,
it's just, but yeah,
Spencer Rattler ain't scaring nobody.
no, and that's another thing. Rattler, man, come on, man.
They need to get Tyler Shuff in there right now.
Rattler reminds me of Dorian Thompson Robinson. Those are guys. You get a little injury, you could throw them out there for maybe a game, two at max. So they kind of hold it down. But after that, you can't be relying on them for the whole season. That ain't going down.
It's just not a starting quarterback.
It's not a starting
He
quarterback. He's
wasn't a
not.
starting quarterback in college.
Yeah, he lost his job to Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Or Caleb Williams, one of them put him on the made him transfer. So
I think it was Caleb.
yeah, then he went to
Uh,
South Carolina and almost lost his job there too. So you just be grateful you in the league getting a paycheck, fat paycheck, because you're a QB, but you're not a starter.
right. Aaron Rodgers deserves credit for that victory of the Steelers over the Jets.
Yeah,
And without Aaron Rodgers, the Jets might have blown them out.
yeah, and he looked Aaron Rodgers esque. I mean, he trusted what was around him. His receivers. He got uh, Austin there and Metcalf, big old Metcalf. Got Fryermuth at
Mhm.
tight end. Got a running game. So and his O line is cool. And he, in Pittsburgh, you feel solid in that organization. So yeah, it looked like it made sense. It looked like the whole thing worked out for the best. Them
Yeah.
flip flopping teams.
Right.
Justin's with his receiver looking like he's thriving, and Aaron is with a more stable organization around him, and it works out for that.
With a coach that's not going to allow him to run the show.
Yeah, well, he ain't gonna be telling Mike Tomlin, "Hey, I'm gonna go have a ayahuasca weekend. I'll be back." Nah, you gonna be here or you be cut. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
You
No, hell,
want
you
this
not.
check, don't you? Yeah, you want this check, right? Okay. Yeah, you gonna be here.
Buccaneers beating the Falcons. I missed that pick. I was hoping to see Penix pull that out, and they were right there. But Drake London gets hurt, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, I don't know who was calling plays over
Yeah,
there.
I was about to say the old coordinator lost that
How do you not?
because
Where's Kyle Pitts, man?
where is Pitts and why did you stop if your receiver, the number one receiver, go down and you got a Pro Bowl running back that's young, got young, strong legs, and you give him
Right,
10, 12 carries after he busts on a 50-yard catch? None of
right.
that makes sense. You know what I'm
None of
saying? None of it. So, I mean, that's where if I'm, what is it, Mike Smith? Is that the head coach?
it. For
Atlanta?
it's Raheem Morris.
Oh, it is Raheem. That's right. It's Raheem. Yeah, man. He might want to put some pressure on his old coordinator. I mean, Raheem Moore, I would have been on the headset like, what are you doing? Give
Right.
Bijan the ball or you're
And
fired.
he's a defensive guy. Like the Falcons defense played good enough to win.
The defense was cool. It was like you can control the clock by running the rock. And
Yeah,
they can run the rock. You know what I mean? You got Algier backing up Robinson. You know,
right.
be creative offensively. Put both of them on the field. You know what I'm saying? I
Something.
didn't understand that. Penix can run RPO too. The kid can run too. He runs
Right.
too. So you can run all that. And he got a live bar. I didn't understand it. It's almost like they were calling plays as if they still had Kirk Cousins back there.
Yeah.
That's almost what it was like. And I don't like you trying to dink and dunk, but not even the right way. I didn't understand it.
It's like where's the post corner to the tight end?
Yeah, you didn't go vertically. I think Bijan had like 6 or 7 catches out of like 10 targets. It's like,
Right.
dude, you got Pitts, you know what I'm saying? And you got other receivers. I didn't understand it.
Yeah. The Broncos squeezed out a win against the Titans defense was impressive, keeping themselves in
Yeah,
that game.
yeah.
To me, there's no way the Broncos are losing a mile high to the Titans. So,
No, Cam Ward gonna have to go through his learning phase,
right.
like all rookie QBs. I still believe in the kid. You know what
Well,
I mean?
he
So
looked what really good to me. There was just a lot of drops, man.
a lot of trying. You know, I mean, maybe that's the receivers aren't used to having the ball placed on them because that kid gonna put the ball on you,
On you
on you. So
with
you
some
better have
zip.
your eyes and your hands ready, or you're
Mhm.
gonna look stupid. So yeah, with some zip. So
Shanahan squeezed out a win against McDonald. McDonald's still learning as a Seahawks head coach. Offensively, they're just not cutting it. Uh, they felt like Sam Darnold was the answer. That's not the answer.
well, it depends on how you call plays with them. I mean, Minnesota did it perfectly with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a balanced attack. He had run game around him. He had a all everything receiver out there, tight end.
Hmm.
Yeah, in Seattle, you traded Metcalf and Austin, let them go.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
was,
I mean, I like Smith and Jigba, another Ohio State receiver, and he got a running back. Well,
yeah.
once again, is that O line really slobber knockers? Are they firing off the ball and creating? Because you need that with him, because he's a game manager.
Hmm.
Going back to that, Sam Darnold is your definition of a game manager.
He is.
Yeah, and he was in a perfect game managing situation last year with Minnesota because they're solid.
Hmm.
Seattle ain't they're kind of almost rebuilding a little bit.
Then you had the Packers beating the Lions. It was a little bit of a surprise to see the Lions come out that flat
That
offensively.
was huge for me. Now that was one of the, and I'm not, I still love what's the name as the coach, um,
Dan Campbell.
Campbell. I mean, I do, but I don't know. I consider that an anomaly. They're not going to come out like that. You saw them all last year; they were fired up every game. So I don't know what that was, but I expect the Lions to bounce back for sure,
Yeah. And
for sure.
part of that, if you think about it, could be the emergence of a Packer defense that's
Yeah, that was also a surprise too. The defense. Well, Micah Parsons have a tendency to have that effect. You get that kind of a player on your defense, shit changes for you real quick. That's what Buffalo needed. Once again, your secondary could be a little weak if the quarterback is back there scrambling all the time every play. So
It's like now there's 4 or 5 guys that walk around on defense with their chest poked out
way out.
because all of a sudden I can beat a one-on-one. And I'm getting one-on-ones with regularity now.
Regularity.
I'm not going to see a double team all year anymore.
He will. Parsons will. That he gonna make your job and your life a lot
A
easier.
lot easier.
That D coordinator gonna go and get him a head coaching job because he's gonna look like a genius when Micah Parsons there.
I
Because you can
mean,
just do so much with him.
if you do what Dan Quinn did, then yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you can put him at Mike, you can put him at Sam, you can put him at
Rush,
Will, you can
outside
put him at
will, yeah,
Edge.
wherever you want.
Hell, you can put him at strong safety.
Yeah, wherever you want. I mean, he'll spy, and he's a hell of a spy because he can run and he runs through linemen. He gets off blocks. He's
Yeah.
what you pay. I don't understand Jerry Jones, but I don't ever care to. So whatever.
Right. I was not surprised. Like when I first heard Chris Canty say, you got to trade Micah Parsons if you're trying to reset the culture.
I didn't understand that. And now if he goes to Green Bay and it's the narrative again, okay, then it's the player. But people like Jerry Jones, I don't know, sometimes they just kind of try to assassinate a guy's character because like the agent came out and said, I never said that to tell Jerry Jones to cram it up his ass as far as the negotiation. So it's like, I don't know why they do that. You know what I mean? But
That's
yeah.
just how he took it. Like
Yeah, you just got butt hurt.
How are you just gonna ignore me? I'm Jerry Jones.
And then Micah Parsons is like, how you gonna ignore me? I'm the best defender in the NFL. I mean, other than Garrett maybe and Chris Jones, but we're the most disruptive defensive players in the game. And I have to beg you after 2 years. This wasn't just a year of begging. This is 2 years of begging. He should have been signed the fourth year. Shouldn't have went to the 5th year. People don't even realize that. This was stupid.
Jay, I would have locked him up before Dak
It would
or CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I gotta understand that. Like, give him his money, or if you did with CeeDee Lamb, you turn right around and then once he does leave, you turn around and give what's the name, $90 million? I forget the defense. Bland. Like, what the hell? It didn't make no sense.
I want to be like, timeout. Like, you paid Diggs and Bland the money, but guess what? Diggs and Bland were Diggs and Bland because of Parsons.
Because of Parsons. That's what I'm saying. Diggs got hurt, and Diggs had them 11 interceptions because, once again, the quarterbacks are always running around because of Parsons behind you. And Bland, you're pretty much one-on-one. I mean, they're worried about him. They're kicking off the guard to help or tight end to help that tackle on Parsons. Make your job easier. Yeah. Once again, I don't try to understand Jerry Jones. He felt like it worked out, but we shall see.
Yeah. Hey man, we low key got a little carried away, but it's fine.
Yeah, this was a lively.
We can wrap up with the week 2 picks.
Okay.
We'll get to the Lakers and the NBA next episode.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. There's a lot to talk about with football, man.
A lot to talk about. So we'll start from the top, which is tomorrow's game, which to me might be the toughest game to not only call or pick, but will probably be the most entertaining to watch.
Oh, that Redskins Green Bay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm actually looking forward to it. Well, I'll be repping, but still.
I'll probably be watching every snap.
I'm sure you will. Blue it off.
I think I'm gonna go with the Packers. And it's only because they're at home.
That is a very difficult one. And usually I go with the black quarterback, but it's becoming difficult to say that nowadays. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
right.
I really like Jordan Love too, but I really like Jaden Daniels. He got that Josh Allen Lamar. Even if Green Bay come out and smash, the Redskins are not, Commanders are not out of it. So
They're not. I don't see them ever getting blown out.
blown out.
That's
No,
not gonna happen.
not with him on the field. That's just
Right.
like, yeah. Same thing with Jalen Hurts is in that category now. You want that quarterback that can control things, but they're athletic enough to wreak havoc on the defense. And yeah,
You
that's
know,
why
I think
I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
they probably have a little more packages in with Parsons involved in this game.
Oh
And,
yeah.
it comes down to this too for me. I'd rather have LaFleur than Dan Quinn.
Ooh,
I would.
ooh.
So I'll take LaFleur at home.
Dan Quinn ain't been bad though. Like the Redskins have actually, you know what I'm saying? That last year they ended well. They got what they could lose in the second round of playoffs or the first round? Second round, wasn't it?
LaFleur quietly, if we were to look it up, I guarantee you he's in the top 10 all time in winning percentage.
Quietly, he's definitely underrated.
Guaranteed.
And taking over Green Bay, yeah, I mean he's definitely underrated. I like him. I like him a lot. And once again, he one of them coaches. You could feel his energy when he be on the sideline. Every
Oh yeah.
second of the his energy is
Hmm.
up, and that's what you want.
That's what you want. The Ravens should bounce back against the Browns at home.
Yeah, the Browns. I'm just and the Ravens is pissed off too. Derrick Henry
Yeah.
is like, man, I gave that fumble up. He about to have like 200 yards rushing.
Oh yeah.
I love Miles Garrett and Schweitzinger is the man, but it's just a different beast when the Ravens is coming downhill at you. Mm.
And they gonna have Ricard back in the lineup.
And Ricard, so you got a 300-pound fullback that can run with the 800-pound tackles that they got on each side, like Philadelphia. That's a lot of man. Just a
That's
lot
just,
of you. Just a lot to deal with, man.
and I think wasn't the backup tight end, he was out in that game too, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
So
So it's like, oh my gosh.
they're gonna have full Monty now and be mad about the loss too.
There's just
They're
certain games at every level, college, high school, whatever. Just certain teams you play where you just know you're gonna be in the training room the next day.
exactly Ravens will there.
That's just a
Mhm.
giving. Everybody got to have ice baths. It's mandatory.
I do feel that the Bengals will win against the Jaguars at home. There might be upset alert just because of the Bengals' history in the first 2 weeks. But after that close call, offensively, I don't like they're looking to break out, especially Burrow. I mean, when's the last time he was held under 250 yards like that? So
I think it's safe to say Miami, Jacksonville, New Orleans. We're shocked if they get a win. I'm
exactly.
always going against them every week.
The Giants,
Miami for
throw the
obvious.
Giants in
Oh,
there.
Giants you can throw in there too until they throw Jackson Dart out there. Mark my words. Once they throw Jackson Dart out there, it's gonna be like Drake made for New England. Things will change. It's gonna open things up.
That's probably
But
true, man. Because
but
he's gonna bring some juice into that
oh,
team.
he's definitely gonna bring juice. You saw his preseason numbers; they were ridiculous. But
Hmm.
as far as Jacksonville, and Miami and New Orleans, those are organizational disasters, and that's the difference.
Yeah,
They have top level problems. It's not just the guys on the field; it's the
right.
way they're running things there. So,
Yeah.
and it's
Because
poor.
how about this? Since we've been playing, these guys haven't figured it out.
No, and that's the sad part. It's like I don't understand, man. As an owner, you pay all this money for a team. Owning a team is lucrative.
Right.
You just have to care a little bit, not be Daniel Snyder and be a pig about it, but you put a little effort into it. I mean, I don't understand how it takes effort to run a team into a ground. It seems like it really does.
Yeah. Because you got all the money to spend.
You got the money to spend. It's
It's
cap.
like
You know
it's
what I
like
mean? I don't
what?
understand.
Just go talk to a football guy and let them make the decisions for you.
That's the first thing I would do. I'm bringing in a GM. Like, look at what the Ravens do. The Ravens, they had a GM groom once Newsom sat down. He had
Yeah.
already been there. That's what they do at every from the top level down. They groom every position so that when somebody steps out, they have the next person to step on in. I
Like
don't know what. It's
this is
not
how we
rocket
do it here.
science. Yeah, this is our philosophy. This is our culture, and we find people to fit into our culture. We don't make a guy or try to draft a guy hoping that we can know like, oh no, he has the attributes. He's a slobber knocker. He's self-driven. Yep, you're a Raven.
I mean, how many times, Jay, did these teams draft quarterbacks and then they don't mold a system around that
Around them.
quarterback's talents? I don't
We
know.
keep talking about that. It's the stupidest thing in the world. You bring a guy in and you shocked that he's a runner. No, he was that when he was in college. That's what made him enticing. So
Right.
put something in front of him on the line, get him something on the outside to throw the ball to, and have a running game for him. Get a free agent in somewhere and bring some rookies in. Yeah, just that's the formula, man. You need linemen. The
All right.
trenches is where it's at if you're going young with the quarterback.
Cowboys Giants is interesting. But I think I got to give it to Dallas, man.
Yeah.
They're at
I,
home. They're coming
mm-hmm.
off the loss. They look good offensively.
They did. Dak looked in control. He got weapons.
Yeah,
Defensively, they weren't bad. It was just
bad.
Micah Parsons not being there was obvious. Their D line is just not as strong.
Right.
And Russell can't get the ball vertically. That's a problem. You can't win in the NFL like that. You cannot.
And they have two corners that can match up with.
And two corners that can match up. Yes.
I
Yes.
like the Cowboys at home. I like the Lions at home against the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't necessarily
The
feel
Bears
that
look shitty second half.
right.
They look terrible.
And
It's like, where is the adjustments at, man? Where?
like talk about knowing the other team's coach.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell's gonna know what they're gonna bring.
Oh, Ben Johnson, he has no fear for Ben Johnson.
None.
And I mean, and then and their Detroit's defense, man, them D linemen, Hutchinson,
Mhm.
and you got a dude on the other side now too.
Right. And they got a lot to prove because
And
they
they got a lot to prove.
they weren't too pleased.
And I guarantee they're not gonna come out flat.
Another one that's kind of tough, but I think I'm gonna go with the Patriots on the road at the Dolphins.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on now. We just had this conversation. Just had this conversation.
Here's the
Let's
cat.
just go ahead and say it before we can go what you're saying. But what we think? Week 8, week 9, McDonald's done, fired,
Yeah.
or McDaniel's rather. McDaniel's, same thing. It's you look like Ronald McDonald. It's a joke out there. I'm thinking week 8. He's week 9 somewhere in there. Yeah, that's it. That's the halfway point. I think he's done.
He looks like the kid when you're picking a team and you always keep looking over him.
Like, I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with
Right.
him.
Like, oh damn, I'll take him then.
I'll take him, man. Come on, man. Yep,
uh,
you just running around. You a decoy. You running decoy routes the whole time. But no, if you really want, that would be one of the greatest turnaround coaching changes if Miami squeeze out something. But out of all the years experience we have of watching pro football, I don't remember a pro team coming out on week 1 looking like that.
not that bad.
That was bad, man. That was bad. It was bad all around. It looked like the coaches didn't even game plan.
Right.
That's what was so bad.
Players
Players
are
weren't
going through the
motivated.
motions.
They're going through the motion. Coaches look like they're going through the motion. They getting their ass kicked. McDaniels just sitting there with the same facial expressions, no anger. I would be
Exactly.
concerned.
Yeah. And Tyreek Hill on the sideline losing it.
Man, that's another. I'm thinking week 9 or at that last trade point. I think he's gonna be trying to command his way up out of there.
He definitely deserves a better
Situation than that.
situation.
Come on, man, that's just nasty.
But
Waddle too gonna want to go.
right. Waddle might just stay his injury prone. So
Yeah, just be grateful for any contract they offer you.
exactly. The Saints, as much as I want to try to pick them as the upset, like you did spark a little bit of an idea in my head with Garindo and Shanahan's he's better than Kellen Moore. It's just
Yes,
that's just it.
that's just it. Bottom line.
I can't see myself picking the Saints, but I wouldn't be shocked if they pull out an upset because how the Niners going to produce. I mean, they got Mac Jones in play.
It's nasty, but Saints defense was nasty.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an ugly game, is what it's
Right.
going to be. And it's going to be one of those, whoever fumbles the ball at a crucial area or interception, could be
Right.
Rattler. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah,
It'll be
I
low. It'll be low scoring.
low scoring. I'm not even caring about the highlights of that game. They can pass that on red zone. Go to something else.
Exactly.
That game is gonna be a snoozer.
Well, they're going to have a lot of coverage for Seahawks and the Steelers. I think that
Mm.
even though it's at Pittsburgh, I got the Steelers winning that,
I'm with you on that one.
but the Seahawks probably give them a game.
Yeah, I'm not expecting the Seahawks to just lay down, and I'm not saying the Seahawks can't win. Once again, I got to see how this coordinator works with Darnold. Darnold showed himself last year, made it to the Pro Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Um, and Seattle's defense isn't bad. I mean, they got 6'4" cornerback, you know what I mean, that can fly, or 6'5". So
Woolen or Woolen?
Woolen, Tariq, he
Woolen.
turned out to be that dude ran like a 4.29 when he was out the force. So he ain't just tall. That fool can run.
Can run.
So yeah, but I still Pittsburgh, man. Rogers actually looked all right. So
Yeah.
as long as he stay healthy, he can game manage. So as long as he ain't running, got to run for nothing, they're all right.
The Rams will probably go 2-0. They're at the Titans.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
the Titans have put up a fight, but the Rams is just they're more balanced on both sides of the ball.
and again, this is my teetering here is McVay,
Yo,
Cal,
yeah,
Callahan. I
I'm
mean,
going McVay. Yep, 1,000%.
you know,
High energy coach. You just it's just hard to be high energy coaches because that's what their team is going to reflect.
exactly.
And he's consistently high, and he like Pete Carroll. That dude is all energy.
Right. And talk about articulating the game.
The game, yeah, and breaking it down so the young men can understand. This is
McVay,
what I
hella
need for
smart.
you to do. This is where I need for you to be at. We can have fun doing it.
I don't see myself picking against the Rams much more often, man. That was a mistake last week. But now the Bills are gonna beat the Jets to me. I feel bad for Aaron Glenn, man. Cause damn, you start off with the Steelers and the Bills?
I don't. And they showed that one game showed what Aaron Glenn is. Look at how the Jets look. I'm actually afraid. If before the season, I'm like, oh, the Jets, oh yeah, we got them. But man,
Right.
you see, we having troubles with stopping the run. Brees Hall got off.
I,
Justin Fields, Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I believe in the Bills and I believe in McDermott. He gonna make adjustments. They know,
yeah,
but that run part, and I mean, offensively, the Jets got a problem with us. They know that, but
yeah.
it's just us stopping that run. And Fields they look good, man. The Jets look good.
Yeah. I mean,
So yeah,
the
he's
Bills
done his
offensive
job.
coordinator, the Bills offensive coordinator is probably had to put a good balanced game plan together so the Bills could control clock and keep Justin Fields on the sideline.
And so far, I was a little suspect on Joe Brady, but I'm not mad at him now. He's at least listening to his players' input, especially Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So and he's not dinking and dunking. They're getting the ball downfield. Keon Coleman's improved. So yeah.
I like the Broncos beating the Colts on the road.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be a close game, but again, Sean Payton,
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be
Dan
close.
Steichen,
I think Broncos is gonna. Yeah, I think the Broncos gonna because Bo Nix is kind of a problem now.
yeah,
And that defense is
defense.
Denver is really good.
The
Really
Benito's getting
good.
after people.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are at home against the Panthers. Say less.
Yes.
Panthers gonna lose again.
Yes.
Um,
They're the same exact team as last year.
the Eagles are at Arrowhead.
Yeah. That's another one that those are highlights I'm looking forward to right there. That's gonna be
That's
a,
gonna be a hell of a
a,
game.
a pissed off Chiefs. I don't know the last time the Chiefs lost in the opening round or in the open of the season, so they coming in motivated.
I mean, I'll take Philly in a super close game because
Yeah, you're a
my
Philly fan.
my expectation is our best defensive player is not going to turn into an imbecile again.
it
I mean,
looked like he really learned from that. I just want to give him credit. I mean, it was definitely some of the dumbest shit I've seen,
right.
but he is young. What is he, 20, 21?
He's definitely younger than 25. I mean, he came
No,
out
he's much younger than that. Because Jordan Day, I think he came out after his junior year, right? Did he go all
He
4
probably
years? Yeah.
22,
So he's like
23 maybe.
22. So he's young, dumb,
Yeah.
but he seemed to be real apologetic and sorrowful about it. So I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
But that's one of them games, man. I wanna go with Philly because you get that defense.
Yeah.
Or I mean your offense, because the defense, you have the same problem as you. That secondary, man. Yo, Blankenship is like Cole Bishop for us. I'm
Yes.
I'm done with Cole Bishop. Done.
Yeah, he was definitely questionable in that game.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man. He didn't impress me like that out of Utah. So when we reached for that, I was like, come on, Brandon Bean. All these safeties in the draft, and you gonna force? Come on, man.
I keep like I'm low key a fan of the Falcons,
Me
but
too.
I don't know, man. Like there's something about them where you can't trust them.
It's not. It feels like that, but it's that offense. You know, Raheem Morris gonna have the defense right, special teams, the team. He got to see it too. I just feel he like us. The man know the game. I don't. He just hired the offensive coordinator. I guess he's trying to be patient. But after what I saw,
Yeah,
I shouldn't have to tell you to run Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson, 20 carries minimum a game. I don't have to tell you
minimum.
that. I don't have
Right.
to tell you that. Like,
Like,
not touches. I want carries. Of course, he's gonna get passes thrown to him, but I want 20 carries.
and it's the regular season. What you trying to save him for?
And it's the beginning. It's the first game of the season, and he's 23 years old, man. Let them young legs run.
Right. They're playing the Falcons though in Minnesota. I mean the Vikings in Minnesota.
Yep. And like you said, with the Vikings, and y'all not using the tight end right, Kyle Pitts.
Oh, that yeah.
Not with that defense,
B
y'all gonna
Flow
lose.
B Flow is gonna have people all in
Yep.
Penix's grill.
Yep. He bringing the heat. He gonna make them. Y'all gonna beat us running the ball because I'm bringing the house. I mean, he gonna hit him from every different angle. That's what he does.
Right.
So the way you start pounding that rock and Bijan get past that first level, that makes him call off the dogs
Yeah, because
because
if he gets past the first level,
it's over.
that's problem.
It's a wrap. He gone.
Right.
So
Buccaneers at Texans on Monday night.
that's another good one. That's another close one.
I think I'm gonna go with Tampa though. And
And
based on what I saw with the Texans defense is really solid, but their offensive line group might be the worst in the NFL.
our black coaches is having the same issue. It's like I was just saying about Raheem Morris. It's the same thing with him. It's the off. It's the offense. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's yeah, yeah.
Chargers should take care of the Raiders.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Raiders have
Harbaugh and them Chargers gonna be a problem all year for
a
everybody.
problem.
A problem. They
Um,
all bought in. They all young. You got talent across the board, and you ain't got to tell Harbaugh he gonna pound you. He's gonna pound you with the
right.
running back and the tight end. You're gonna get pounded.
I
So
mean, he's literally lauding offensive linemen in his press conferences.
that tell you what his mentality is. They even said that. He ain't
Right.
talking about Omarion Hampton. He's not talking about Herbert throwing the ball over the place. No, he's talking about pancake blocks.
Right.
The interior, yeah.
And what was the most impressive, they beat the Chiefs without two of their best offensive.
Best the best lineman.
I mean,
Because with Harbaugh, it don't matter. It's next man up mentality. And once again, he's going to pound you. He's never he doesn't have an excuse not to run the ball. He's always gonna run the ball down your throat. That's what he is.
yeah.
I love that.
I love that too.
I love it.
Because it's making what is probably a moderate to average defense look a hell of a lot better.
Look at Quentin Johnson. That dude was a bust, the receiver for the Chargers. But
Mhm.
now it's turning around. It's like, look, man, I'm a pound on pound of rock. You're gonna be one on one. Everybody gonna be in the box. I just need you to
Right.
focus on catching this rock,
Right.
and it's working.
And Herbert will put it on the money.
And Herbert's gonna put it on you. And you know, He be in practice. Harbaugh probably throwing a rock at Quentin Johnson. Like, come on, we gonna work me and you 1-on-1 on them hands. Me and you. He gonna
Right.
be talking to you, joking with you, but you gonna be working on them hands. That's how he is. He's very detailed.
Yes. Yes.
Very.
So hey man, episode 15 is a wrap.
Yes, sir.
We'll look back on these picks and see how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
And then also keep an eye on these rookies and see how this unfolds in our second week here
Yeah.
of the season. And it's very exciting to see. It's happy football is back, and also happy to be back in effect with you on this. So,
Yeah, all that. It's just back. It feels good, man. It feels great.
all right, man. Well, we're gonna wrap this up, and then
Yes,
until
sir.
next week.
Next week,
All right,
same
brother.
time.
Yes, indeed.